Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now we all know Teslas are the future. Sleek design, that instant torque, autopilot. It's seriously tempting. But today we're hitting the brakes on that hype train and diving deep into why you might want to think twice before buying a Tesla. Yeah, you heard that right. Used. See, while a brand new Tesla straight from the factory sounds pretty sweet, used Teslas, they often come with their own set of hidden problems that could turn that dream ride into a real headache. We're talking autopilot malfunctions, touchscreen glitches that'd make your grandma's old flip phone look reliable, and battery issues that could leave you stranded with range anxiety through the roof. So buckle up, because we're about to break down the top 3 things you need to know before taking the plunge on a pre-owned Tesla. Let's get into it. Alright, first up, let's talk about autopilot. It's one of the most talked about features in modern cars, especially when it comes to Tesla. The idea of a car driving itself is no longer science fiction, it's a reality that many Tesla owners experience daily. Now, don't get me wrong, autopilot on a Tesla is some next-level tech. It's designed to make driving easier and safer by taking over some of the more mundane tasks, like staying in your lane and maintaining a safe distance from other cars. It can basically drive itself on the highway, keeping you in your lane and a safe distance from other cars. This can be a game changer for long road trips or even just your daily commute, reducing driver fatigue and making the journey more enjoyable. But, and this is a big but, autopilot isn't perfect, especially on used models. While the technology is impressive, it's not infallible. There are limitations and potential issues that you need to be aware of, particularly if you're considering buying a used Tesla. See, Tesla's constantly updating autopilot software, adding new features and ironing out bugs. These updates are crucial for maintaining the system's performance and safety. However, not all Teslas receive these updates at the same time, especially older models. But older Teslas, especially those with some miles on them, might not have the latest and greatest software. This can lead to a less reliable autopilot experience with more frequent glitches and issues that newer models might not face. This means they could be running on an older version of autopilot that's more prone to glitches, phantom braking, or even just not working as smoothly as it should. Phantom braking, for instance, is when the car suddenly brakes for no apparent reason, which can be both startling and dangerous. And trust me, you don't want to be that person stuck with an outdated version of autopilot when a software update could have prevented a potential accident. Keeping your software up to date is crucial for the best performance and safety. I'm talking about those horror stories you hear about phantom braking, where the car slams on the brakes for seemingly no reason. This can be particularly dangerous on highways where sudden braking can lead to accidents. Imagine cruising down the highway and suddenly your car thinks it's about to hit something that's not even there. It's not just an inconvenience, it can be a serious safety hazard. Not exactly the kind of adrenaline rush you're looking for, right? These unexpected braking events can make driving stressful and undermine your confidence in the autopilot system. And it's not just about the software. The hardware that powers autopilot, like the cameras and sensors, can also wear down over time. These components are essential for the system to function correctly. The hardware that powers autopilot, like the cameras and sensors, can also wear down over time. This wear and tear can affect the system's ability to accurately perceive its surroundings, leading to potential safety issues. This is especially true for used Teslas that have seen a lot of action, maybe even some rough driving. Over time, exposure to harsh conditions can degrade the performance of these critical components. We're talking potholes, rough roads, maybe even a few close calls with curbs. All these factors can contribute to the wear and tear of the autopilot hardware, making it less reliable. All that wear and tear can throw off the calibration of those sensors, making autopilot less reliable. Proper calibration is essential for the system to function correctly, and any deviation can lead to performance issues. And here's the kicker, getting these autopilot issues fixed can be a real pain, and I'm talking about a pain in your wallet. Repairs and recalibrations can be costly, especially if multiple components are affected. Tesla service centers aren't exactly known for their affordability, and diagnosing and repairing autopilot problems can get expensive real quick. So if you're considering a used Tesla, make sure to factor in potential repair costs for the autopilot system. Alright, moving on to chapter 2 of used Tesla woes, the infamous touchscreen. This is where things get really interesting and not always in a good way. Now, look, we all love a good touchscreen. They're sleek, they're modern, they make you feel like you're living in the future. It's like having a mini computer right at your fingertips. But on a Tesla, the touchscreen is more than just a fancy way to control the radio. It's basically the car's entire nervous system. Imagine if your brain decided to take a day off. That's what it's like when the Tesla touchscreen malfunctions. Think about it. Climate control, navigation, even adjusting your mirrors. It all runs through that massive touchscreen. It's like the central hub for everything you need to operate the car. So, when the touchscreen starts acting up, it's not just an inconvenience, it's a major headache. Imagine trying to drive while your car's brain is having a meltdown. And trust me, touchscreen problems are way too common in used Teslas. It's almost like a rite of passage for Tesla owners. One of the most common issues is what I like to call the ghost touch phenomenon. It's when the screen starts acting on its own, registering touches that you're not even making. You know, when the screen starts registering touches that you're not even making, it's like your Tesla's possessed or something. Imagine trying to focus on the road while your screen is having a mind of its own. Imagine trying to adjust the temperature while driving, and the screen starts randomly switching between hot and cold air. Not exactly ideal for a comfortable ride, right? It's like having a battle with your own car. And then there's the dreaded screen freezing issue. This one can be particularly nerve-wracking. You're cruising down the road, relying on the navigation to guide you, and BAM! The screen freezes. No more maps, no more music, just a blank screen staring back at you. It's like your car decided to take a nap at the worst possible time. Talk about a recipe for disaster, especially if you're in unfamiliar territory. It's not just annoying, it can be downright dangerous. And let's not forget about those pesky yellow borders that some Tesla owners have reported seeing around their touchscreens. It's like a warning sign that something's not right. It's like the screen slowly dying, and that yellow border is just a grim reminder of what's to come. It's almost like a ticking time bomb, and replacing that giant touchscreen, let's just say, it's not cheap. It's a major investment that can really hit your wallet hard. We're talking about a 4-figure repair job that could easily wipe out any savings you thought you were getting by buying used. So, while the touchscreen might look cool and futuristic, it comes with its own set of challenges and costs. Alright, let's talk about the heart of any electric vehicle, the battery. It's the powerhouse that keeps everything running smoothly, and without it, you're not going anywhere. Now, Tesla batteries are known for their impressive range and performance, but just like any battery, they degrade over time. This degradation is a natural process that affects all batteries, no matter how advanced the technology. And with used Teslas, you're basically buying a battery that's already lost some of its juice. It's like buying a used phone. You know it's not going to hold a charge like it did when it was brand new. Think of it like your phone's battery. Over time, it just doesn't last as long as it used to. Remember when your phone was brand new and you could go like 2 days on a single charge? It felt like you had all the power in the world at your fingertips. Yeah, those were the good old days. But as time goes on, that battery life starts to dwindle. After a year or two, you're lucky if you can make it through a full day without needing to plug in. It's a constant cycle of charging and recharging. Well, the same thing happens to Tesla batteries, just on a much larger scale. The more you use it, the more it degrades. Now, Tesla batteries are designed to last a long time, but they're not immune to degradation. They are built with advanced technology to maximize their lifespan, but they still face the inevitable decline. Factors like high mileage, extreme temperatures, and even how you charge the car can all affect battery health. It's a delicate balance that requires careful management, and as the battery degrades, you'll notice a decrease in range and performance. That once impressive range starts to shrink. That Tesla that used to boast a 300-mile range, it was a marvel of engineering. Yeah, it might only get you 250 miles on a good day after a few years of use. And that's if you're lucky. And here's the real kicker, replacing a Tesla battery is not cheap. It's a significant investment that can catch many owners off guard. We're talking about a 5-figure expense, easily rivaling the cost of a used car itself. It's a financial burden that can be quite overwhelming. So imagine this. You snag a used Tesla for a steal, thinking you've outsmarted the system. You feel like you've made a savvy purchase. But then, the battery starts acting up and you're hit with a battery replacement bill that's more than you paid for the entire car. It's a harsh reality check. Suddenly, that steal doesn't seem so appealing anymore, does it? The excitement quickly turns into regret, and it's not just about the cost. The inconvenience and stress add up too. Finding a replacement battery for an older Tesla can be a challenge in itself. It's not always a straightforward process. Tesla prioritizes new car production, so getting your hands on a replacement battery for a used model can sometimes feel like trying to find a unicorn. It's a rare and elusive quest. You might end up on a waiting list for months, stuck driving a car that's slowly losing its ability to go the distance. It's a frustrating and uncertain situation. So, there you have it, the hidden costs and potential problems of buying a used Tesla. Look, I'm not saying all used Teslas are bad. There are definitely some gems out there. But you gotta go into it with your eyes wide open, knowing the risks and potential downsides. Do your research, get a pre-purchase inspection from a trusted mechanic who knows Teslas inside and out, and be prepared for the possibility of some unexpected repair costs down the road. And hey, if you're lucky enough to find a well-maintained used Tesla with a solid battery and no major issues, then go for it. But just remember, with great power and technology comes great responsibility and potential repair bills. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more informative content. Let us know in the comments if you have any experiences with used Teslas, or if there are other topics you'd like us to cover. Peace.